Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Thank you so much for tuning in. As you can see, I'm just sort of kicking back here. I'm not at home. I'm not in my office. I'm not in my game room. I'm taking some time off, as you can see by the shirt thrown over the chair behind me. But got some news today that I wanted to share with you guys real quick. Intellivision has announced partnerships for their Amico system with 3 companies, and I want to talk about that just for a few minutes and just give you my first impressions. So they've announced partnerships with Major League Baseball, Evel Knievel, and the ACL. As many of you may not know, the ACL is the American Cornhole League. Yes, that's a thing. So first, Major League Baseball. Now I've known about this for a long time, and I'm glad I can talk about it now officially. This is a no-brainer. The original Intellivision system, which was test marketed in 1979 and released all over in 1980, the classic Intellivision system, Major League Baseball was a system seller. It was the biggest selling game for the console of all time. It was an excellent game. You could see the diamond on the field, and the little stick figure players looked relatively realistic. Such an advance over previous games like baseball for the Atari 2600 and baseball for the Odyssey 2. It was fairly complex. This was a big deal, Major League Baseball. And so many of those early Intellivisions were licensed by official organizations, and that was unusual at the time. So that was awesome. And so that's Major League Baseball, a no-brainer for the Amico. Now I'm sure the Amico version will have a 1-player mode too, and perhaps a 4-player mode. I don't know. I don't know how that would work, but it'll definitely be at least a 2-player, great couch co-op. And I don't know if they're going to have like a classic graphic style or an advanced. I only saw this press release that they partnered with these 3 companies, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this plays. Major League Baseball, a no-brainer. You've got to have Major League Baseball on the Amico because it's such an iconic title for the original Intellivision. And I've always been more of a basketball fan, and even football when you talk about watching stuff on TV. But I did grow up watching the Texas Rangers, and I am glad that they do have an official Major League Baseball game now. We'll see if they do like the MLBPA, I believe it's called, the Players Association. We'll see if any players get involved, but for now we know it's Major League Baseball. All right, next up, Evel Knievel. Now those of us who grew up in the 70s so many of us kids loved Evel Knievel. He was a daredevil, a stuntman. He would ride his motorcycle, and he would ride these, go super fast and jump these massive ramps over buses. And as kids, we would try to mimic Evel Knievel, and we would jump ramps over wagons. We would put several wagons in a row, and my brother held the record at 7 wagons that he would jump over, and it would be like we were Evel Knievel. Back in the 70s, before the internet and YouTube and all this stuff, and you could just see all this crazy stuff, Evel Knievel was considered bizarre and just crazy. And it's still, looking at it now, the old clips, it's impressive. Just what a daredevil, what a stuntman he had. His famous Grand Canyon jump and everything, just amazing. Evel Knievel, what an icon, and it's really cool that there's going to be an officially licensed Evel Knievel game on the Amico, and that they've officially partnered up. And we've known about an Evel Knievel game for a while, and people have even poked fun of it because it's apparently based, or at least there's been a similar game for cell phones. But regardless, I'm getting the nostalgic feels just because Evel Knievel was such an integral part of my childhood, kind of like Dr. J and Muhammad Ali, just iconic figures of the 1970s. Evel Knievel was huge, so that's neat. And third and last but maybe not least, I don't know, the ACL, the American Cornhole League. I didn't even know the ACL was a thing, but cornhole is extremely popular, and some have poked fun at cornhole being, I think it's a pack-in title with the console. Some have poked fun at cornhole being like part of the Amico sales pitch, but cornhole is huge. Anytime it seems like you go to a barbecue or a tailgate or some kind of party, outdoor party, people are playing Amico. I mean, family events that I go to, people are playing Amico. You go to restaurants, if there's restaurants that have outdoor seating, I've seen that in several places. We took the Shinerbach tour, the beer tour in Austin. They're playing cornhole out front. Cornhole is everywhere, ubiquitous sport. They even show it on ESPN quite a bit. So don't scoff at cornhole. And if it has intuitive controls, kind of like Wii Baseball, and Wii Tennis on the Nintendo Wii Sports. If it's fun like that and has great motion controls like that, cornhole could be a big game for the Amico. So don't scoff; it could be a big deal. Anyway, just checking in with you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hitting that like button. Let me know what you think about these 3 properties, these 3 IPs that are going to go on the Amico. So just put in the comments what you think about this and what you think this does for the possible success of the console, and any other IPs you want to suggest. Put them in the comments. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I really, really appreciate it. Now I'm going to get back to whatever else whatever I was doing before I made this video. Thanks a lot, guys. See you later.